Stars and Nea here. I am just going to build the Lego Flash Speeder while hanging out. You can comment. I'll try answering questions and whatnot. So I'm going to face the camera, or try my best to face my computer's camera towards the thing. This is my first time live streaming, so it might not be the best quality, but we'll see how this goes. So let's get a pencil out. I don't have one on me. Okay. You know what? Got scissors right here. Anyways. Probably going to need to go back and revisit some of my Star Wars alternate history topics I've done in the past eventually, once I catch up with the ones that have been suggested by viewers, so that I can do it based off of what's happened in episode 7 instead of the Legends content. Got a very bad squeaky chair, but now that I'm done moving, it shouldn't be as bad. Let's see, we got bag number 1 right here. Okay. So let's just open up the book. Got a couple droids to build. Some stickers. Again, feel free to comment so that I can have something to talk about. Otherwise, I'll just be saying what I'm doing. Okay, get the pieces for the droids so we can build them. Okay, that goes in back. Leg. And I'll probably do a couple more of these live streams because I'm going to buy some more Lego sets pretty soon. Some of the Christmas money and whatnot I've gotten. So I won't be able to do them constantly throughout the year, but you know, good way to build the Lego sets to get a little bit more content on my channel and whatnot. Otherwise, I'll just be sitting here building Legos while watching YouTube. Planning on getting the Death Star and the Doctor Who set. But at the moment, I'll only be able to get the Death Star since Lego stopped selling it, sadly. Found that out today after calling them. That is the wrong. Here we go. Oops. Okay. Okay. 6. Three. So I really enjoyed the new Star Wars movie. Thought it brought back the feel of Star Wars quite well. I think the first thing I mentioned coming out that I didn't really like was the look of the aliens. And I know that with Star Wars, with all new movies nowadays, the aliens are looking a lot more realistic and whatnot, but I just haven't enjoyed the look of aliens in a lot of the new movies coming out. I know the aliens in the prequels and the originals just aren't, I guess, as good looking, but I don't know, I just don't seem to enjoy it. It didn't feel like Star Wars aliens to me. Because I feel like, apart from a couple like Mos Kanata, I liked her character in Alien. But most of them I didn't really enjoy. I guess it was a little annoying how much the movie reflected Episode 4. But overall, I feel like the experience was enjoyable. I would suggest it, especially anyone that has been waiting for new movie to come out since the prequels. Now, I personally went back and watched the prequels, and I'm fine with those movies. I don't. Now, I don't think they're as good as the originals, but you know, a lot of things aren't as good as the original movie of something. You can't really place blame or go around saying you have to improve it just because it wasn't as good. My personal favorite of the Star Wars movies is Return of the Jedi. I just thoroughly enjoy that movie, find it funny and whatnot. I really enjoy the Ewoks as well, which is another thing I don't get why people don't like is the Ewoks. I think it's really fascinating having the idea of a technologically less advanced civilization being able to take on this big behemoth of the Empire, which occasionally you're able to do, such as when the Mexicans fought off the French in the 1800s with a lot less men and whatnot. The French were capable of invasion and should have been able to do it, but somehow on Cinco de Mayo they were able to pull it off with a huge victory over the French. Let's see. What piece do I need? I need 2 more of these. Yeah. There we go. There. Okay. Oh, didn't finish that. Oops. Okay. Let's see. So I started Legos when I was in getting really into Legos. I didn't start Legos when I was in 5th grade, but really enjoying Legos in 5th grade with the Indiana Jones sets coming out at the time. Still have a couple of those. They didn't really survive the years intact, but nonetheless, that's how I got into Legos. And let's see, what Indiana Jones sets did I get? I had like 3 or 4 of them. I had the Boulder Chase. I had both games. I had some sort of set from the 4th Indiana Jones movie. And I had I don't know, I had the camp set from the 4th movie. Had a lot of the smaller sets. Still have them, but not intact again, they said. But what I do have a lot of intact of are the Star Wars sets, especially Hoth. I really enjoy Hoth. Hoth has become probably my favorite battle in Star Wars, even though Episode 5 may not be my favorite of the movies. It sure does have the best battle. I did do a video on Hoth, I believe. But just seeing those AT-AT walkers and whatnot, I've collected most of the Hoth sets that have come out since 2007. Let me tell you, some of those were expensive to go back and get, even a couple years after. I believe I was doing that around 2010, 2011. I got the, I think it's Battle of Hoth set. There's like 3 or 4 sets called the Battle of Hoth. Anyways, it was one that came out in 2007 and was limited edition with special figures such as K3PO. It came with a snow speeder. It cost me over double the price just to get that set. It was a good set, though. I'm glad I got it. But at the same time, it's annoying. I'm having to go back and do a similar thing right now with the Death Star, which was just recently retired by Lego, which is annoying how it's still showing up on their website. Forgot to put this on. But yeah, I have that. I have the 2010 AT-AT Walker. I have the Wampa K that came out around 2007. I have 3 or 4 snow speeders, some of them from different sets. I have the 2013 Battle of Hoth set with General Riecken. Yeah. Right beside me here, I have the Slave 1 set that came out at the beginning of last year. It's right here instead of on display because it has a broken part I haven't gotten to yet. Or I tried getting to it, but I haven't come back to try to fix it. I also, last year, I got the Ewok Village. Put that together around the same time of year. Every year I try going for one of the big sets, saving up money and whatnot for my birthday since that's close to Christmas. I'm not sure. Might go for the TIE Fighter next year or something. Let's see. 1, 2. But could go for the Tatooine, the $300 Tatooine set. since that's the most expensive set, and I don't want to risk it going on a Lego not selling it anymore if I ever plan on getting it. But I do prefer the looks of the TIE Fighter. But after the Death Star, the set I want most is the Doctor Who set, because unsure if they'll ever come out with a Doctor Who toy line. They could. Now that ABC's willing to do that. I would thoroughly enjoy it. Give me a little bit more than Doctor Who sets, but yeah. Also, my collection of all the Hoth sets, I started doing that because I got tired of not having Lego sets from like the same theme of Star Wars, and I figured, easy, go get a Hoth sets. So I have a whole Hoth shelf of Lego sets, and it looks pretty nice. Have a little battle set up. Got the Echo Base set, which was $90, whatnot. So that's why I went and got all of them, just because I was tired of having sets that weren't under the same theme or same battle. If you go looking for Lego sets, that Hoth set is really the set that has the most. That battle has the most Lego sets for it. So if you're a Star Wars fan and you just want them under one theme, that's what you're going to want to look for, is Hoth. There's an okay amount of Naboo stuff out there. There's also okay amount of Endor, but a lot of those sets are retired, or Lego doesn't make them that often compared to Hoth. So if you want them, you gotta pay a good amount of money for it. I know at one point I wanted the Shield Bunker that had been out. I never actually got that set, but because it had been retired and just didn't want to worry about it. But yeah, you can get. There are some good Endor sets out there that you can set up. Get an ATST, which I don't actually have an ATST. It's a set I want to get eventually. Should probably do a video on ATSTs or AT-ATs sometime. That'd be fun. Let's see. Okay. 6 of these. I put that in the wrong spot. Right here. Okay. Okay, let's see. Another sticker. These are ugly. But for the small sets, I don't mind. What annoys me is whenever they have a large set, like the Super Star Destroyer set. If you get that, it has a couple stickers for the inside part, not the outside, luckily. I love the detailing on that set. Happy I got it before Legos retired that set as well. But yeah, the Super Star Destroyer set, it has stickers and it's a $400 set. I'm thinking in my head, Lego, really, you're selling an expensive set with stickers, and it's an Ultimate Collector Series set. So but I still put the stickers on just because it doesn't feel right without them. Okay. Bag number 2. Who's the Gungan we're about to build? Captain Tarpals? Yeah. Never knew his name. I know a lot of Star Wars characters' name, but I didn't know Captain Tarpals. The movie I probably know the most characters from is episode 4. And the reason why is in 10th grade, I had to do an IB project. And for my IB project, I decided to make a Star Wars encyclopedia app, which you can still purchase for free on the Android store. It's not that great, but it does give you, some information. Anyways, I had to go research all these characters. Originally, I meant to do that for all 6 movies, but that was just way too much work. So I went and did, and then I decided to do it for the original trilogy, and then I want to do it for the then I decided that was still too much work and did it for the original movie, episode 4. So because I had to go and do all the research on it, I know of characters such as Wu Hare, which is the cantina guy who says droids can't come in here, and then I know of Danger and Adonis Prahi, which are the 2 Imperial commanders from the Tantive 4, which Tantive 4 is the very beginning of the movie, the Rebel ship. And I know of, let's see, Garvin Drace, Jack Porkins. A lot of people know him, though, just because his character looks recognizable, or at least a lot of Star Wars fans would. I know that Wolf Yulon is in the movie. White figure in the background, the Imperial meeting. I know the 2 guys arguing are Cassio Tag and Conan Antonio Mati. Mati is the one that's choked by Vader. I love Star Wars is the best. Always enjoyed it since I watched it in 4th grade. I watched one movie each weekend. My dad made sure I watched them in order, but it took forever before I could watch the prequel trilogy, because my dad had to, in order of how they came out, not in order of episode order. But it took forever for me to be able to actually watch the prequel trilogy, because my dad had to record them. We didn't have them on DVD. So it took a while to get to episode 1. We had episode 2 on DVD, and then we had to record episode 3, but that one comes on a little bit more often, or more easily recorded. Or when it does come on, it comes on with the rest of the trilogy. So yeah, got to see that one a little bit faster. And then Clone Wars came on in 2008. I still got my ticket from the theater when Clone Wars came out. I was excited for that. The television series for Clone Wars ended up very good. and fans are still giving it that. And Rebels has been a good show as well. Not fully caught up on Rebels. I'm only a couple episodes behind, however. Let's see. Yeah, my favorite part of Rebels season 2 is probably Captain Rex. I love that character. He's my favorite character from Clone Wars. I just think he's cool. And he made a nice little impact and had his own good stories. We're getting, I guess, delved more into his character now with Clone Wars. He's not connected to Anakin necessarily, but I have a feeling that both Rex and Ahsoka are going to end up being killed by Vader by the time the show is over. Now, when, that's a little bit more questionable, but what I feel like they're diving into with Rebels a little bit, with Vader's side of things, is Vader's trying to erase his past. And in order to erase his past, he has to kill the people who knew him. Well, and Rex and Ahsoka are both characters like that. Because Ahsoka was obviously his Padawan, and Rex was his side commander. He was his commanding clone that he worked with very closely. And anyone he doesn't kill that he knew, well, works for the Empire, so he doesn't have to worry about them. Like Woof Yularen was the ship commander he worked with, and Woof Yularen joins the ISB, and I don't think Yularen even knows that Vader is Anakin. But, you know, I would assume that once Ahsoka figures out for sure that Vader is Anakin, she would tell Rex, or Rex would somehow find out. It makes sense. If not, I don't know that it would be as meaningful for Rex to die. Unless he makes a really close connection to some of the other characters on Rebels. That could also work. But I feel like that'd probably be the best way for both of them to go. Also, if you don't know anything about Rebels, from what I can tell, from what I know, is they have 5 seasons planned, and they plan an arc. So the television movie, which to me is a movie, it's only 45 minutes, but they call it a movie. Anyways, a television movie and season 1 are the first part of the arc. Seasons 2 and 3 are the second part of the arc. And season 4 and 5 are supposed to be the final part of the arc. At least that's what I heard when the show was originally coming out. Now those plans have changed and whatnot, but it has been renewed for a 3rd season, and I don't see why, with Clone Wars having a 6-season run, if you include the Netflix season, it wouldn't have all 5 seasons. Now, the question is, what show would they replace Rebels with? So, yeah. Let's see. This flash speeder is coming along nicely. Oh, I forgot to build the characters. Go back and do that. A ton of people were watching. I know that would be a thing I was reminded about. Because that's the sort of thing YouTube is known for. Ugh. Let's see here. Binoculars. Okay. And okay. Let's see. I'll build 2 of those. Okay. And there. And put this right here. Okay. And that goes right there. Let's go back to the beginning of part 2 so that I can build the characters if we want to build. Okay. Right there so you guys can look at while I build the characters. That's too far back. Bum, bum, bum. Da, 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 da. Random Star Wars song, that's me. The only part of Legos is when you drop them on the ground and you can't find them. Luckily, I was able to find it. Okay. See here. That one goes on him. Okay. Got minifigures built. Show them off for a second before I move to third stage. Here we go. Those are the 3 minifigures that come with the set. And now for stage 3. Back to stage 3 in the book. There we go. Got it. Okay. And got a bullet. Let's see here. I'll try to record another episode of Alternate History tonight for my channel. I'm very bad about doing it. I don't know if you looked at my channel stuff or whatnot, but I say that I will release an episode of Alternate History on Monday every week, an episode of the podcast on Wednesday every week, and an episode of Star Wars and history every other week, releasing the podcast on the off weeks, but I haven't gotten to actually following through with that yet. But I do release at least one video each week, so I guess that's good. I do something right, in a manner of speaking. If the people, if you're watching and you're interested in me doing more of these in the future, just let me know, because if not, I might wait till I have more subscribers and whatnot, and people may be interested before I try it out again. Which may be a little while, depending on how long it is before I have another Lego set. Another option is I could just invite people to chat with and do a little hangout. I'm not talking about Star Wars while doing this. Don't have anyone I could necessarily do that with at the moment, but could happen. Okay. Okay. And that goes on the side. Right. Now, gotta do the other side. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so for those of you not keeping up with how well Star Wars has been doing in the box office, it has actually gotten 37 records the last time I checked. By a lot for only being out 1 week. The next top movie for records, for the amount of records, is Avatar. Now, it hasn't topped any of Avatar's records yet, but I would assume it would take away a couple of Avatar's records as time moves along. Maybe even all of them. From what I know, it claimed most of the a lot of the records it's claimed from Jurassic World, which came out earlier this year. Now, not all the records it claimed were previously records Jurassic World had. It took a couple of records from Spider-Man, took some records from the Hobbit movies, and it took some records from anyways, it's taking records from more than just it took some records from Harry Potter as well. So it's taking records from more than just Jurassic World, but probably good 20-ish of the records it took were Jurassic World's. A lot of those being fastest to reach that or most to gross over this period of time type records. So the next movie it can topple records for is Avatar. And after that, I believe it's like E.T. and Titanic. The E.T. and Titanic records are a little bit harder to get, but I think it can definitely take some records from Avatar, such as highest domestic gross, which is only 200 million away from, and it can probably also get the. I messed up. It can probably also get some of its top weekends records. It holds a lot of the records for like highest grossing third to like seventh weekend, something like that. And after that, Titanic holds the rest. So yeah, it can probably take a lot of the records from those. I didn't actually mess up. I just felt like I did. Anyways. So yeah, it's kind of cool having claimed so many records already. A lot of these records for Jurassic World were probably individually from different movies, or some of them maybe in Avatar had. And it's just toppling them right after another. So any records that at the moment Jurassic World only has 4 records left, and that's probably what it's going to be left with afterwards. Good, at least 2 of those records, if not 3 of them, are ones that Star Wars couldn't have taken from it anyways, because it is based on the time of year, and it came out much later. It came out in June, so obviously Star Wars coming out in December couldn't take a June record or a May record. But you never know, one of the future Star Wars movies could go ahead and take the rest of the records away from it. And another record, Star Wars isn't able to take a couple records from Transformers and whatnot. But you know what? It doesn't have to have every single record. I was originally hoping it could, but the one record Star Wars could have gotten from Jurassic World but didn't, that I can remember, is it could have gotten the record for highest. I messed up. Could have gotten the record for highest single Saturday gross, which it has 2 of the top 5, I think, from its first 2 weekends, but it's not going to be able. It wasn't able to top it by only a couple million. I mean, it wasn't able to beat Avengers either in that one, but it got both Friday and Saturday top gross. There's even talk of it possibly winning some awards, which for a movie of Star Wars type is abnormal. But the new actors in The Force Awakens are pretty darn good. Have to give them thumbs up. Star Wars has always done a great job of finding new actors. Put that in wrong. For example, in the original trilogy, Harrison Ford was kind of new, and Mark Hamill and whatnot, but at the same time does a good job of bringing in well-renowned actors, such as in the original trilogy, Alec Guinness, who played Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Peter Cushing, who played Grand Moff Tarkin, were both rather well-known actors, or at least really good actors that in the acting scene were well-known. And in the prequels, some brand new actors were obviously the kid who played Anakin in Episode 1. Off the top of my head, I don't know of any new actors from Episode 1. But I do know some well-renowned ones would be like Samuel L. Jackson, who played Mace Windu. Don't know why I forgot that. And then Liam Neeson, who played Qui-Gon Jinn. Liam Neeson is a really good actor. He was in Schindler's List, which amazing movie. That movie, I mean, I love Star Wars, and it's my favorite movie, but I would have to give award for best movie to Schindler's List, as in quality of the movie. That movie was great quality. Steven Spielberg is a wonderful director. Now, he has had some terrible movies, such as the Jurassic Park 2 and 3. Haven't watched 3, but I've seen 2. And let me tell you, that movie is bad. I actually liked probably the beginning hour was fine, but what I hate about that movie is when they go and have to do a dinosaur chase scene in LA. It just seems too cliche to happen in a movie like that. Which I feel like Steven Spielberg isn't necessarily a cliche type of guy. But, he's directed some fabulous movies, such as Bridge of Spies is another great movie he directed that came out this year. If you haven't seen that, you need to go see it. I in theaters. Starting in the summer, I saw Jurassic World, and I've seen after I got back from summer camp, and then I saw Ant-Man, Pixels, Pitch Perfect 2. And I've seen The Martian, Bridge of Spies, and now Star Wars, all in theaters. For me, seeing that movie in theaters in 1 year is quite a lot. I'm probably not the only person that's like that, but this year was a good year for movies, at least for movies I was interested in. And if I got interested in Marvel stuff a couple months earlier, maybe even go and see Avengers: Age of Ultron, which I've heard isn't the best one out there, but I don't necessarily care compared to others. So, not necessarily worried about it being the best movie out there. Did I do something wrong? No. What? Let's see. Yeah. Are there any other? Yeah, there's no other movies, but yeah, starting last summer, I've seen quite a bit of movies in theaters. I can't wait to. I need to catch up on all the MCU stuff so that I can understand Civil War and get the drama and action going on in that movie a bit more. Because I'm not. The only MCU movies I've seen are Guardians of the Galaxy and Ant-Man. I've seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and I watched Daredevil, and I am watching Jessica Jones, but not necessarily caught up on the movies. There. It's in there. And there's another little small thing to build. Almost done. Let's see. Dun 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 dun. You can a little cannon, I guess. Yeah, little cannon. There. And now all we gotta do is put the little bullets in the guns and the characters in their seats. I don't like how ugly it is, these things sticking out the back, but it's kind of cool having actual projectiles. I would hope that someday I would go back to building them without those things built in, though. Let's see here. Okay, so we got Nabu security officer, security guard. I thought this was like specifically like a certain character because there's only like one black Nabu security guard I can think of, which is like Captain Typist, I think his name is. Anyways, you got these guys. And we got a couple droids to fight them. So, give me a second. They're going to fight something a little bit more dangerous, an AAT. And they'll now have Jar Jar's backup, which isn't great backup, but you know what? If I'm in a battle, whatever backup I get, as long as it doesn't harm me, I'm going to deal with. So, there you go. It's a flash speeder. It is set 75091. And I rather enjoyed building it. It's nice and fun. So, yeah. That's... If anyone would like me to, I can also do a little haul of the Star Wars stuff I got for Christmas, but otherwise I am going to be done with this stream if no one wants me to do that. Put that to the side. Anyways, thanks for joining the live stream. Had lots of fun, and had lots of fun. Glad we were able to do this, and see you guys later. My Star Wars Indiana signing out. Bye.